There's bunches of people out there that want to learn to do songwriting.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Well, just like any kind of writing, I suggest that you start with what you know and with where you're at. It doesn't have to be a tour de force at first. You just take, if you play guitar, I played guitar, and I knew like 3 chords, the first song that I wrote, and I used.
Wow, that's encouraging.
Yeah, I mean, I did. I still am not very good at playing the guitar. But I took what I knew and I wrote a song with that. So you can start anywhere. You start with whatever's easiest. If you want to write a song about what you're feeling, or write a song about an experience, just start wherever you are. Mm-hmm. And, you don't even have to. I felt like I should write worship songs, but that wasn't where I was at that time. I enjoyed singing worship songs, but what it was easiest for me to write were very intimate, honest songs. Not that worship songs are dishonest, but honest songs that weren't worship related. They were like, I'm working through this thing. And so I started there, and that gave me a lot of freedom. And songs that I wrote at first, I don't ever do anymore. That may be different for different people, but and it's not that they were bad songs. It's just I've moved so far away from where I was then. But the point is that it got me writing, and from there, that gave me freedom to branch out and actually write about things that I planned on writing about instead of just what was flowing out of me at that moment. But that's where I had to start.
So, does half the time you write, you start hearing lyrics first, or you hear tunes first? How does that? I know everybody would be different. But,
yeah. Usually, I'll get a line, and I'll know what the words are, and I know what the melody is. I may not know. I'll have to translate it onto guitar or some instrument to know what actual notes I'm playing, but I can usually hum a tune and have the line that's sort of the core of what the song is going to be about, and then I can layer onto that.
Okay, so I know songs have like verses, and some people have like a chorus or a hook, they call it, something that is the strong center of the song. Is that important to start there? Like, you feel like you got to get that first, you have to get the chorus first, or you can just jump in anywhere in the parts?
I would just take what I had and develop it. A lot of times I had what I thought was a chorus or a hook or something, and I would realize later that it was the first line or the last line, or some profound tag that I wanted to leave people with. So it's usually an important part of the song, the first line that I get, because I build the rest of the song around it. But often it's not. It's not necessarily the chorus. It may just be the first or last impression. And it may, I've thrown it out completely before. The first line that I got. I built the song around it, and then I did away with it.
Or so I guess it's like a painting. You come back to a painting later and you go, oh, this needs a bridge. I need to get from here to there. There's a spot I can't get to there, and I have to write something to fit between there.
Yeah, and that's often really hard. I mean, that's really hard for me. I have lots of unfinished songs because I haven't yet figured out what that bridge is.
Well, what's the best way to okay, so you think you hear something. Do you put it on a tape recorder? Do you write it down? I mean, how do how does the music? I mean, it's different than a painter or a drawer or somebody doing drawings. I mean, how do you hold the ideas so you can come back to them? I can understand lyrics.
I'm not the best at doing that, actually.
Okay. So put it on your phone, sing it into your phone.
Well, it is similar.
Sing it back to yourself.
It is similar. My method is probably similar to what a painter does.
Yeah.
They have a vision in their head and they sketch it out, and that's usually what I do. Is just use pen and paper. I write down whatever lyric I have in mind, and now I have a smartphone with a voice recorder on it.
Ooh.
But see, I've never had cool gadgets like that before. I tried getting a voice recorder, and I just never had it on me at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never been very successful at like humming into a recorder to remember the lines. So usually what I do is I jot down the melody, and I used to even make little lines on the paper that jump, because I learned the rudimentary form of like notes and scales and stuff, but never well enough to really use it. So what I used to do is put little lines on the paper saying like, this is about a third apart.
Yeah. So
here goes down a step and then a half step. So that
you got your own little shorthand that you invented.
To jog my memory about the melody.
Yeah.
But mostly I just hum it to myself over and over and over again until I thought it was stuck in my head well enough that I could get it home and figure out what chords correspond to.
So there any parting things you want to tell someone?
Don't get discouraged. Even if you don't like what you write, then don't get discouraged. And even take some people that you trust and share it with them, even if you don't like it, and get their feedback. And honesty is important. As somebody who will be honest with you, because I got a lot more positive feedback about things that I didn't think were any good. I actually had people convince me that a couple of things that I thought were bad songs were actually good, and I was able to take those and make them better because the people that I trusted with them gave me positive feedback and made me believe in that song again, so that I improved it instead of discarding it.
Good. Well, thanks.
You're welcome.
That was fun.